In this video, I'm going to show you how to build a mobile application using Tempo and Expo React Native. It's super simple. It's super easy. Tempo makes it nice. Let's get into it. So you're going to go to tempo.new and then you're going to click login. I already have an account, so it signs me in right away. And then you're going to see create project if you've already used Tempo. But if you're new to Tempo, you'll probably see this screen. Now I want you to select generate an app. And what I want you to do after is on the framework tab to select on Expo. Expo is what we're going to be using to build our mobile application. We'll be using React Native and Expo. And for the sake of this video, I want to keep it short and sweet and simple. I just want to show you how to use the platform. We're going to build a simple to-do list application that looks like Apple's reminder app. And I'm going to hit next. And what's going to happen now is Tempo is going to start building my application. And if you use Tempo before, you know this, it starts with a PRD. And in the PRD, you're going to get some content, some breakdown of the application that you're trying to build. You see here, it says to-do list app, Apple reminder style. And there's some points here: simple task creation with title, optional notes, due date, and priority level. So it understands what I'm trying to build and it further expounds on that. And what's awesome is this now becomes context for the agent to start writing code. And one thing you'll notice is that the Tempo agent just designed a user flow mermaid diagram. Again, this becomes context for Tempo agent to start writing code that's going to be our application. Now the Tempo agent is working on our wireframe. So it's going to get that PRD, it's going to get that mermaid diagram, and then it's going to start building out the wireframes for our application. And then from here, the Tempo agent starts to write code for the wireframe. So this is what makes Tempo special. There's a methodical way that your applications are built. It's not just telling some AI to generate code, right? There's a methodology that the Tempo agent follows. And this is why, if I might say so myself, Tempo is the best. I see my first generation and it looks pretty good. This does feel Apple-esque, but I want to make it more functional. So I'm going to turn on reasoning and I'm going to say, please make this to-do list app functional. Add all missing features. I'm going to hit enter. And I want to show you how the Tempo AI agent works, especially when you have reasoning on. So you get to see the reasoning tokens, right? And it's actually quite interesting to read and see how the agent thinks. And then it creates a plan of action, right? And then once it's done creating a plan of action, it identifies the files it needs to work on. And then it jumps into writing the code. And you can click on open and you can see the code that's being generated. Let's go back to design. So once this is done, we'll see the functionality that it adds. We'll test our app and we'll look at it on our mobile phone. Okay, so the Tempo agent is done. Now you see this panel over here. There's actually some cool things you could do. If you click on the play button, this play toggle right here, you enter preview mode, meaning I can click the app and test it out. So I can click the plus. Let me create a new list. We'll make it red. Create list. Okay, that list was created. Let me click on personal and I see the personal list and I can click on that. Perfect. I can even edit the task. I can delete the task. Oh, that's pretty smooth. Now there is this layout title that I see and I don't want to see this, right? So that's pretty cool. I can turn off preview mode, and here's a cool trick I could do. We have a styling panel under the design tab. And you can click your way, and for example, let's say I want to make this font, a tad bit bigger. I can. Let's say I want to make it smaller. I can. Let's say I want to make it a bit bolder. I can, and I actually like it bolder like that, so that's cool. And if I wanted to delete the element, I could as well. So that's pretty awesome. Now, going back to preview mode, I want to remove this right here. So I'm going to say, when I click on a list, I see the layout nav bar and a title called tasks list ID up top. I don't want to see this. To see this, please remove. And I'll turn on reasoning and I'll hit submit. It's removed it right here. I can go, I'm back, I'm still in preview mode. I can click on list. Perfect. It's working butter smooth. I really like how our app has come together. Now, something cool on Tempo, you can click on the Git settings and you can create a repo. So I can click create repository and I can name this my mobile app. And let's say this is top secret. I don't want to share this with nobody. I'll turn off public and I'll turn it to private and I'll click create. And because I've logged in with my GitHub account, it has access, Tempo has access, and it creates that repository for me. And if I click here, I will be taken to my application. So I have it here on GitHub. If you want to download the code, play with the code, whatever you want to do, you can do that here. And this is why Tempo is really the best. I can click on file selector and I can edit the files myself. If you're a programmer, you can write code, you can make tweaks yourself. And the coolest thing really with Tempo and Expo is you can connect a Supabase database and you can create edge functions, you can create endpoints with the edge functions, you can set up tables, you could do all that right here on Tempo. And I'm going to show you a quick example. Let's go to supabase.com. If you don't have an account, create an account. I'm going to click on dashboard. So I'm brought here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new project under my Exodus Inc. organization. And I'm just going to call this Expo, right? For easy use, I'll just create a password and then I'm going to click create new project. And once this project creation step is done, I'm going to go back to Tempo and I'm going to click connect Supabase. A new pop-up or a new tab is going to open and you're basically going to authorize Tempo to have access to that project. So I created that project under Exodus Inc., the organization. So I'm going to click authorize Tempo Labs. Okay, the authorization is complete. Now I'm going to select the project and I'm going to select Expo. If you remember, that's the project we just made. So select Expo and I'm going to click connect. And now Supabase has been connected to my Expo project. I can now tell the Tempo agent to either create tables, to store the tasks in tables, to set up user authentication, to set up edge functions. Literally, the world is my oyster. So why don't we do this? Why don't we store our tasks in our Supabase table? So I'm going to say, I want to store my tasks in my Supabase database, and I want to show my tasks from the Supabase database. I'm just going to turn reasoning on, hit submit. So now the agent, knowing that we're connected with Supabase and knowing the context of our application, is going to start creating tables in my Supabase database and is going to connect it with my Expo application. And you can see it here in the plan of action. It says create a new file for Supabase client, initialize Supabase client, create Supabase database tables, create a task table, and then it starts to work. It selects the files it needs to work on. And as you can see, it's creating a migrations file and it's running the SQL migration. So I don't even need to go to Supabase and create the tables. The agent does it for me. Alrighty, so we just experienced our first error. So what I'm going to do is we see this beautiful component. I'm just going to turn on reasoning and I'm going to click on fix with AI. And I'm going to let the AI fix my problems, my programming problems at least. That error was fixed. And interestingly, I see no more lists yet. Let's go to my Supabase project. Let's click on table editor and I see two tables that have been created, a list table and a task table. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go on preview mode and actually create a list. So let's do that real quick. I'm going to click add list and let's call this work and we'll give work green. And then in work, we'll create a task. We'll say finish. Okay, we have a bug here. The new task is not working. So I'm going to say the new task modal is not working. I can't enter in the inputs and create a task. Okay, let's try again. I'm going to create, let's say I need to wash the dishes. I mean, I ain't gonna do it, but let's just say I got to do that. And let's say this is priority low, add task. The task is added. Now, if I go to my Supabase table and I refresh, you guys just saw it there, I see I have lists and then I have tasks that correspond to the list. So I can easily build superior mobile applications with the Supabase integration right here on Tempo. As you can see on the left side, I have a screen share of my mobile phone, and I'm going to show you how to test your application to view your app on your phone. You're going to click on this drop down right next to the play button, the view button, and then you're going to click on preview on your phone. Now, first things first, you have to install an app called Expo Go. Expo Go allows you to view your mobile applications while you're developing them. And once you've downloaded the app, all you have to do is take your camera, scan the QR code, and then you're going to see open in Expo Go. Click that, and then Expo Go starts to pop up. It's building the JavaScript bundle. And once this hits 100%, you'll be able to view your mobile application. See my application on my phone. As you can see, this is me. Again, you can see it here. This is me on my phone. Let's create a list. We'll call this personal. I don't know how to spell personal. Personal. We'll make this red, and then we'll create a list. Now, if we check Supabase, we see that we just created the personal list, and it's here in our database. So our mobile application is connected with our Supabase, and it works. And ladies and gentlemen, that is how you create a mobile application using Tempo and Expo. We can't wait to see what you build. Until the next time, I will see you in the next video.